Hello, and welcome to another video from The Vision. Most of you have probably seen this image at least once in your life. Some of you already have an idea about it, while others may not know much about it at all. This video is useful for both groups. For those who already have some knowledge, it can help form a new and more complete understanding from a different perspective. And for those who are unfamiliar with it, this video offers a new look at the history of cinema and the science fiction genre. In 1902, a magician, filmmaker, set designer, actor, costume designer, and toy maker named Georges Méliès, born on December 8, 1861, in Paris, French Empire, created a film that would forever mark the history of cinema. A film that walked on the boundary between imagination and reality. The French silent film A Trip to the Moon was a loose adaptation of From the Earth to the Moon by Jules Verne, and The First Men in the Moon by H.G. Wells, and it is considered the first science fiction film in cinema history. Méliès created one of the film's most iconic images by combining a human face with a frowning expression onto the surface of the moon and showing a spacecraft striking the moon's eye. The film is about 14 minutes long. And at the time, it was Méliès' longest film. It cost around 10,000 francs to produce and achieved great success in France and later around the world. When analyzing and comparing similarities, the first thing that must be mentioned is the use of visual techniques and special effects. Méliès used early visual effects, such as fade-ins, jump cuts, stop motion, and camera tricks to create magical scenes. He also relied on hand-built and painted sets that gave the film a strong theatrical atmosphere. It is important to note that Méliès was one of the first filmmakers to use storytelling in cinema, taking films beyond simple, moving images. In comparison to modern cinema, we can point to films with complex narratives and scientific, philosophical, and human themes, such as Inception. It should also be mentioned that A Trip to the Moon is considered the beginning of the science fiction genre in cinema history. Even today, science fiction films still use the same basic patterns introduced in this film: travel, exploration, and encounters with the unknown. This is where we clearly see Méliès' imaginative influence on cinema. He created a foundational model for space travel stories and confrontations with the unknown. Despite its technical simplicity, this film laid the groundwork for many concepts and mechanisms that we still see in modern science fiction cinema today. Among the most important of these are creative freedom, the use of visual effects to move the story forward, and the courage to build imaginary worlds. This film played a significant role in transforming cinema from simple entertainment into a true art form. Even today, we see many great filmmakers using cinema to express ideas, imagination, criticism, awareness, culture, and social themes. For example, modern films like Interstellar and The Martian also draw heavily from the concept of space travel that began with A Trip to the Moon. Thank you very much for staying with me until this point in the video. If there is a specific film you would like us to analyze, be sure to write it in the comments so I can make a video about it in the future. Do not forget that liking and subscribing greatly helps the growth and continuation of this channel. Finally, I hope wherever you are, you stay happy and successful. And if you want to know how and where cinema began, I recommend clicking on the video suggested for you.